So I'll start with you now, Alfonso. Why is it important? Is it just important, or is it crucial for user acquisition nowadays? What do you think?
I mean, what is crucial for user acquisition is to have accurate ways of measuring advertising contribution. So this is what is crucial. And back to Micha's point before, I mean, the question is, how can you measure advertising performance accurately using classic attribution with all the limitations that we all know are affecting today? So this is not a route that is going to be able to really give you an understanding of how advertising is performing. So you need to come up with different ways of measuring. And I think, again, here, MMN, give you like a good opportunity to get this holistic understanding, not only of media performance, but more about how your business performs. So how are the different factors? Gary was explaining before, there are many factors that are not directly related to your marketing marketing investments, that are about how your business works in general. So having this input for your decision making is super valuable, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And Michal, is it crucial? Is it important? Why is it important for user acquisition?
Well, that's a good question. For me, it's like making our measurement and our efforts future-proof, right? So in a world where there's a possibility that we'll get rid of fingerprinting, or Apple will get rid of fingerprinting, and we can't measure things on a user-level basis, we need to understand like how to evaluate our marketing performance. Okay, it might be easy if you are running only one channel and one campaign on a specific geo. You can do that, but you're limiting yourself to one channel only. And we need to understand like, okay, is there cannibalization if we're running multiple channels on single geo? What if we run five networks at the same time? How to contribute the installs and the revenue to every single one of them? And without last touch attribution, or any attribution in this case, like how do we make the decisions? And one of the areas or one of the products can help us with it is MMM. And it's been in the marketing world for decades, basically. It's only coming to play now when everybody's talking about privacy. So that's why. So currently, the stage at this moment is not crucial, but it's helpful to understand the true value and not relying on last touch attribution. But in the future, and I think everybody's anticipating it, we need to understand, like, or we need to make decisions on multiple channels. This is the only one of the ways.
Of course, of course.
So one thing that you said I think is very important. He said it is important, can be crucial. I think it is on us in the industry to make MMN even more useful for DR-heavy apps advertisers. So as he said, marketing mix modeling has been in the industry for decades. So the thing is that it's now being evolved to really meet the requirements of those companies like yours that demands a very fast decision-making processes. So, and I believe there is still need to come up with new solutions that are even more evolved, so we make MMN a better tool to inform your decision-making as well. So I see the opportunity, but also the need of evolving.
So it's very interesting, and I'm coming to you, Gary, but it's very interesting, Michal, that you talked about how crucial it becomes now with privacy. Still like to ask Gary directly, though, is it just important because of privacy, or is there any fundamental problem with the current attribution methods that make MMM really necessary, even without privacy problems?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you put me on the spot. Obviously, I work for Kochava, which is touch attribution. I mean, there's a very important distinction to understand here, because actually, if you define what touch attribution does and what MMM does, they both help you optimize your marketing investment. So at that level, they sound like they do the same thing. But fundamentally, they're completely different. Touch attribution, last touch attribution credits 100% of the sale to the last touch point. MMM understands the contribution that all of your touch points are making, plus offline media, plus external effects, and so on. So it's very much, without getting myself in trouble here, it's very much, touch attribution is very simplistic. MMM is very sophisticated. So it's going to give you that enriched data so that you can make more informed strategical decisions around your seasonality, around the impact of Smartdex and Google working together, around the fact that if it rains, your sales go up or go down, and so on and so forth. There are some things that you can control and some things that you can't, but it's going to give you an insight into that level of depth of insight over your sales. So I think the important thing to highlight as well is the future-proof thing here as well, which is this isn't about replacing touch attribution. It's about giving you the tools just to become that much more sophisticated with what you're doing.